Well, I am so excited to be here with my good friend and CEO of IMEX, Carina Bauer. And we actually are going to have a wonderful session in just a few short months at their Frankfurt show on women leadership. It's going to be an honest and open discussion just between two friends. So, Carina, why are you excited about that session?
I think I'm excited about it because it's great to be able to do it with you for a start, Annette. But also, I think the issue of female leadership is an issue in our industry, but also right across the world. But I also see that it's getting better all the time as well. Mm-hmm. There's so much interest in it from men as well, which is what we need, those allies to actually help women have the confidence to go for those top positions, or actually any position that they want to go for. And I think that's important as well. I want to give people the message that whatever leadership looks like to you can make that and you can go for that, and it doesn't always have to be the CEO role either.
Great. That's such a good point. It's funny that sometimes you talk to a younger person and I had an interview with a couple students yesterday and they said, geez, why do we still need to have these conversations about women in leadership? Why do we need this kind of focused conversation? And I am encouraged by seeing Carina as a CEO or a woman like me leading an industry association, yet there's so much further we can still go, right? I mean, there's probably about 30 associations in our space, and you don't see that many women at the helm, yet our industry is largely female. So we're still getting there. I know in the States, we're still 25% behind men as salary. So as much as we've made headway, we can't take our foot off the accelerator and keep pushing it, because we know that data shows that women in leadership actually bring better bottom lines to corporations and businesses. So we drive business results, let alone the fact that we just need more diversity of thought in the workplace.
Exactly, yeah. I think that diversity is so important, but I think also mentorship or just being able to see yourself or a person who looks like you or sounds like you in a position of leadership is really important. So for some people that will be another woman, for other people it will be somebody of color. So diversity in all its forms, I think, is important. Obviously, we can talk about female leadership and what it means to us. And I often speak to younger women who are sort of in that period of trying to decide whether to have a family and how to mix the two. So I think that's a question that always comes up, which, you have a family, I have a family, so being able to talk authentically about the difficulties but also the joys of doing that, I think, is really important.
I love that. It's such a good point. I know that you have a son and I have a son, and I brought him with me to this conference here, and when I think about why is that important, well, I want him to see that women can be strong leaders. And I want him, as he is entering the workforce, to have respect for his female colleagues, to treat women as equals. And I think we need to start with our own homes and make sure that we have an equitable and fair and diverse thought in our own homes. So it's been fun having my son around this week. Yeah,
mine are a bit too young, I think, so far to do that. But I agree. I've always thought it's good for them to have a female role model who as you say, they can see that women can be in leadership positions, that they can run a home and they can run a business and they can travel. And also, I think the other thing is knowing what makes you happy and what makes you fulfilled is very important for your home life as well.
Yes.
And so I think all of those things are important. So kind of that, how do you see your whole self? So I think it's going to be a good session. I hope we get lots of questions as well from the audience, because that's the other thing I always like to do, just make it very personal to the audience and answer whatever question comes up.
It's such a good point, because everybody's path is different and uniquely theirs, and we'll just share our two stories, but it's not everybody's story. It's just going to be ours. So we look forward to seeing you in Frankfurt in May.